Right then, guys, we are going to start our little interview right now with Mr. Macee. So, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Very good.
You're smiling, so
Smiling
I like
always.
that. Good.
Very good. Blessed.
All right, then, I'm going to be real with you right now. I'm a bit late on the Macee story. So it's like I didn't really know about you till about, I would say, probably about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I'd say a year and a half ago. And I've been watching the work rate, and I'm saying you're definitely busy.
Yeah.
You're definitely active.
Keeping busy.
Always good. But we're going to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
For anybody who's late as well. Where you from?
So I'm from Birmingham.
Yep.
I'm a Brummie.
Yep. Okay.
And yeah, so I've been doing music since I was in secondary school now. So a good while. Longevity is my lane.
Yeah.
And
what secondary school did you go to?
Oh, I went Handsworth Grammar.
Okay.
Handsworth Grammar
Big up
School.
the Handsworth Grammar lot.
My grammar guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I started in school. I was just writing. I used to always like to read and write.
Okay.
So I was just reading and writing first, and then I was just around other peers who were musical as well. I had friends who could sing, and just like to freestyle and mess around as well. So we used to always just freestyle and just see who could come up with the hardest bars.
Okay.
And then at the same time, I was in my area, Erdington sides. I was with like people like Yates, who's doing bits in the scene right now.
Yeah.
And he had his own studio. We used to go up to Yates's, and that's where I started recording my music. So my first ever songs that used to come out on like Facebook videos, and MySpace and stuff like that, was all recorded at Yates's, and the feedback from there was just always good.
When you said Yates's, I was thinking the
club, the bar,
innit?
Yates. So the feedback was always good. I used to always make like good vibe tunes for the girl them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so from there I just thought, let me just release music for the people.
Okay.
I was doing that. I just kept doing that, and my first ever like big opportunity I went and did. I got a phone call and was like, there's something going on at South, Acess to Music.
Okay.
So I went to Acess to Music and performed. I didn't even know at the time it was a competition.
Yeah.
So I've performed at the competition, then they've announced the winner, and I've won. So I won the competition, and then from that they took us on a tour.
Yeah.
So I performed in Camden, in London, in the Roundhouse.
Yeah.
Supported Angel and Fuso, DG. Met Marvel was doing bits at the time, so I think it was Shaka who was there as well. So I met all of those, and I was just like, wow, this is just from having fun to doing something like that was just crazy. I was just like,
and you didn't even know it was a competition.
Exactly, I literally just went to perform and just do me in it. So I did that, and then that came from that. So I was like, wow. And then from there, I just kind of got a lot more attention around my name within Brum. I was in the newspapers and stuff for it, and I just was releasing. And then from there, I started dropping like tapes and stuff. Like back then, there weren't like no Spotify and stuff. It was literally just handheld tapes, like giving out to your mates and trying to get a young couple quid off them. And
so what I'm seeing from a young age, how old were you when you were doing this?
So I was probably like 15.
15.
Yeah,
I'm seeing 16. A very entrepreneurial flair straight away. That you're thinking, man, I'm gonna dish it out my stuff. So who funded all of this? You? Yeah,
literally. So I used to just get like my pocket monies and stuff, and kind of just where I could just say, can I get, how much is it to get these tapes printed? Yeah. And then just get covers made by my mate. So I had a mate who was always a designer anyway. So he used to just design my little tape covers.
Yeah.
And we used to just hand them out to everyone and stuff like that.
And were you Mr. Macee then?
I was Junior Macee then. I was Junior Macee. Then. So I elevated.
Yeah. So the name is to do with your surname or?
No. So my uncle, he was my main inspiration. Like when I was growing up, he was rapping. Yeah. So his name was Macee. Okay. So I was Junior Macee because I used to just look up to him. He was rapping and just doing his thing. Yeah. So when I came out and started rapping, I thought, man, Junior Macee, that's me, representing from early. And then I got to like 18, I thought, I'm grown, man, I'm Mr. Mr. Macee. So I just changed it to Mr. Macee, and I just went with it from there.
Okay, so on all of the tapes and everything, you got Mr. Macee on there, and then you started pushing it even more.
Definitely started pushing it more, and then that's when kind of like the socials came about. Twitter was about. Yeah. So I started using Twitter a lot, and when I first started, obviously we were getting the hang of Twitter. I was with my boys and that. We was all kind of the popular ones in Brum. Yeah. So we used to just hashtag whatever my song was. Yeah. And I remember I hashtagged a tune, and I went trending. in Brum, trending in the UK. And then like literally like the attention was just there. So when we released that one, it made a lot of noise back then. Yeah. And then from that, that's when Insta and that started to come around.
Okay.
And then that's when we kind of just went on to the social next, like the next level of social.
Okay.
And then started plugging through that and stuff. But yeah.
Okay. So from a young age, you had the entrepreneurial flair. You then started getting a lot of interest more and more from that. Tell me about your live performances now.
Yeah, somewhat.
Because
yeah.
When I see you live, I see somebody who's very much confident with what he's doing. He knows how to engage with the crowd. There was an event that you did. It was in the airport, or no, it was outside.
Resorts World Arena.
Yes, and the way you interacted with the ladies and all that. I was thinking, no way, this guy.
Yeah, man, I love it. So obviously I've been doing it a while now, so my confidence is there. So when I perform, I just want to make sure everyone that's in that crowd can feel like the part of the show and stuff.
Yeah.
So every time I perform, even if I can just engage with a few of them and put a smile on their face, that's me all the time.
Yeah.
That's what I love to do.
It's all about making them remember.
Exactly.
Remember you.
And want to come up to me and ask who I am and want to invest into me and know who I am. So
this is it. And it's like, for some reason, not everybody understands that.
True.
Some people think that they could just stand in front of a mic and just
it's not easy.
Blah, blah, blah,
it's
looking down, and you're like, come on, what are you doing?
You have to interact, man. That's I think that's key when it comes to performances. Even like I go to a lot of shows just to gain a lot more experience. So I go to like anyone that's performing. I've gone to Tory Lanez, I've been to Drake, I've been to Future, Young Thug, Ty Dolla $ign, Fetty Wap. Literally anyone that's performing, I'm there. Stormzy, everyone. And I'm doing to obviously enjoy the show, but just to analyze as well and say, yo, what can I do next to boom? And like I know Tory likes to jump on walls and do a mad thing. I don't know if I'm there yet still,
but you gotta just stand out, blood. You gotta just stand out. That's the main thing. Looking around the room, seeing something, watching them perform, and when it's your time, just doing something that's
and I like
different.
to get them involved, man. So any songs I'm performing, I like them to sing along. I like when I hear them singing my song for me. I don't even have to sing it. I'm just man.
All right. And so speaking about your songs, what would describe your flavor? What is your style?
Ooh, so I think I like just good vibes.
Yeah.
So I like just coming on a rhythm and just being wavy with it.
Yeah.
And just every time I go to the studio, it's always good vibes. Just get on a nice vibe and a nice wave and just go in there and just ride the beat. So yeah, everything I do is just to make people move.
Okay. So do you rap and sing or just rap?
So I do both. I started out as just a rapper. But like as I was going through my career and stuff, like I found it hard to kind of reach out to people and get them on my stuff. Like it was either the long and stuff like that. So I thought the only person I can rely on is myself. Yes. So I started just trying to sing on songs, and then I just seen that I was developing with it, and then that's when I kind of learned how to be more melodic, even with just the rapping, like melodic with the rapping, and then started to sing, and then my hook started to become more catchy, and then I just went with it like from there, man.
Okay, sick. Is there any artists that you sort of look at and think, yeah, man, I like how they move, I like who were like inspirations to you growing up, anything like that?
Growing up, it's mad because I grew up just rapping. My inspiration rapping wise was Wretch 32.
Okay.
His wordplay was sick, his delivery was sick.
Yep, he is.
And then as I got further in my career, I think I kind of look up to like Hailey and Western. I think he bodies every hook he does, and his delivery is sick. Dappy is kind of wavy with it.
Yes.
And then if you're taking it outside of the UK, obviously I mess with Drake and Tory Lanez. Yeah.
I heard you say Tory Lanez. Okay. So any Midland ones that you're thinking?
Midlands. Like Daps on the Map's my guy still. Like I think the way he delivers on stuff is wavy. Yeah. His storytelling's wavy, and he's just got his own sound. Yeah, man, Daps on the Map's my guy. So and Lotto Ash, to be fair, Lotto Ash is always wavy with it.
So would you ever want to work with them then?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
They're my guys, and that needs to happen. To be fair, that needs to happen.
Because Daps on the Map, I've had him here in this very chair and all that kind of stuff, and he headlined the last show as well that we did at Beatsabar. So yeah, Daps is cool, and he still comes to Beatsabar to work with Apostle and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, man. All right then. So boom, I've heard a lot about your sound. I've heard a lot about what you did starting up and everything like that. Now, in terms of songs, what would you say is like one of your most favorite songs to perform now? Probably your most well-known one.
Yeah, I got two, to be fair.
Yeah.
One of them's Hella Moves featuring Bomma B.
Okay, and that's the one that I saw at the resorts. I think you performed that with him.
Yeah, I did. I brought him through, and we shut that down together.
How did that collab come about?
So I've had the tune Hella Moves, and it was just I did the first verse and the hook, and I thought it needs someone else or something on this. And then the people that was around at the time, they had a connection with Bomma, they knew him, so they kind of said, one of the people I know is working on this tune. Sent it to him. If you're feeling it, do you reckon you could jump on it?
Okay.
He got the tune. He was feeling it. Came through to the studio same time and just did his verse there and then.
Yeah.
And shouted it down, man. Yeah.
Sick. Nah, I know Bomma B. Well, I haven't seen him for a couple of years, but he knows my face. We've been around, you get in the same circles. So yeah, man. So shout out to Bomma B. Need to get him on this show as well, because I have had talks with somebody who did say he wanted to come through.
Bomma, if you're hearing this and you're listening, you need to get him.
This is what I'm saying, because he's a legend in this as well.
Yeah, definitely.
He went to Russia the other day.
Yeah, he did.
I was like, what?
He's doing bits, man.
That's it.
Going worldwide.
This is it. So shout out to Bomma. But all right. So what's the second tune?
And then my second one is IAR, and that tune there, it's off the first tape. So Midsummer Drip is a sequel. So Midsummer Drip 2 just come out, but Midsummer Drip 1 was last year, and IAR was kind of the main song on that one. Yeah. And my hook on that's kind of the first time I tried to play with the hooks and just make it catchy and kind of thing. Okay. And I did that, and literally that one just went through the roof. Like, everyone loved that one there. Okay. And every time I do a show, I don't even have to sing the hook anymore. Like the crowd just know it, and they do it for me. And that's the feeling, exactly. Bro. That is the feeling. Watching somebody sing something back to you that you were penning in your own bedroom, bro. Literally. It's just like, wow, you get me? So now, man, so that's sick, brother. That's sick. All right then. So those are the tunes that if you ain't heard about Macee, then that's the ones to definitely go and check them out. You get me? And they're on all digital platforms and all that kind of. And they got visuals to them too. Okay. Both on GRM Daily. So check them out too. Mad thing. All right then. So boom. So in regards to your writing process, what does that consist of when you're making up tunes? Is it real life situations or? It's real life situations, but at the same time, sometimes it's just off the vibe that is in that room at the time. So a lot of my sessions, I come through with my boys, and it's kind of like a session in a session. So we'll have a few juice there, and we're just getting on a nice wave, and then we'll put on a beat, and whatever comes to the head at the time, that's what we go with, and then we run from there. So and so with the good vibes one, I think it's better when it's just natural off the tongue, just whatever you're feeling at the time, just boom. But sometimes, obviously, my more personal tracks go through a lot deeper writing method. So I got a song called Doing Me, which was like one of my first singles that I released through Spotify and stuff. And that tune was like a personal experience, like through life, and just I kind of go on topics about suicidal thoughts and mental health and stuff like that, because I know that it's kind of big in the industry right now, and just in worldwide, like mental health is in black men as well. Exactly. So I thought, when I read that one, obviously it was on a personal experience, and I just thought a lot of people are going to relate to this. And when I released that one there, literally that was probably one of the songs that a lot of people kind of drew to me. They came and they said, yo, that one's helped me get through some stuff, and that tune's like probably my favorite tune that you've ever released and stuff like that. Man. And that's what I tell people when they sit down, and I'm always saying that, like, making a tune that the most amount of people can relate to exactly is the way to get out to the majority. Definitely. Because some people try and make tunes for a niche, and they're like, what haven't I bossed yet? I'm like, brother, you're not talking about something that people actually care about or can relate to. You get me? And that ain't gonna really last the long run, the test of time. Exactly. See, so but yeah, man, so that's very good. All right then, so boom. Right, so we're in 2019. It's nearly at the end, to be honest. I can't believe it's September. Rapid, to be fair. What's been the highlight of this year, would you say? This year, I'd say two things. Obviously, my feature with Bomma B came out this year. I think that was a nice, like, put me on a nice level. That was a hella move. Yep, it definitely was. And then the other one was got nominated for the BMAs. I got shortlisted as the best rap and grime act. I was there. That was a nice thing, because did Daps win that one? Nah, Lady Leisha won that one. So you were in a mix everyone in the Midlands that's doing bits was on that that list. So it was just nice to be in there. Like Mist was on there, Lady Leisha, JK. Like, so it was just nice to be up there and be recognised with for what you do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I think that was a highlight. And then man, that's my two still. Okay, so for 2020, what are we looking at? Okay, so I'm literally focusing on my solo project now. So I'm gonna just literally get in the studio and graft. So you've got just a piece of me now, because obviously that one that I just dropped, Midsummer Drip 2, is the duo with my guy Icy Stanley.
Okay.
So shout out to Icy Stanley every time. He's from Coventry.
Okay.
And we just linked up a few years back and kind of just thought, let's make a single first.
Yeah.
And then the feedback of that was good, so then that's why we went and just gave them a tape and two.
Okay.
So next year, solo project, and also focusing on doing my own headline show.
Okay. And this is definitely what
so
I'm trying
people
to tell about
kinda,
artists as well. Just get 50.
Yeah.
Don't go crazy. Just get 50.
Start there and then, you know what I'm saying,
and
elevate.
You get the 50 in a room, make them feel really nice and comfy.
And then the word will get around from there.
Get them 50 to bring one person. Now you're in front of 100.
Exactly.
You get me? It's mad. All right then, boom. So solo projects, that's going to be the main focus for 220. Obviously, I can see you getting more live shows as well.
Yeah, definitely more live shows, solo project, and then also I'm aiming at getting a few more mainstream features as well.
Okay, all right then. Well, we'll definitely support whatever you got coming through, brother. I just want to say thank you very much for coming down to the studio.
Thank you for having me every time.
If somebody wants to follow your journey, where would they be able to find you?
So all my socials, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram are all Mr. Macee. So it's MR Macee EE.
Okay.
And literally I'm on all of them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Mostly Insta though.
All right then. Well, you've been listening to Mr. Macee. Have a good one.
In and out of lane just to get to you. Out of town boy, baby, what's to do? They like to put me up on pedestals. Cardi kid be making hella moves. In and out of lane just to get to you. Out of town boy, baby, what's to do? They like to put me up on pedestals. Cardi kid be making hella moves. Hella moves, hella moves. Hella moves, hella moves, hella moves.